Here's a real cool piece of classic moto history right here. This is built in December of 1971. So what does that make it? 54 years old or 53 years old? Now, this is back in the Roger DeCoster days when he was dominating racing motocross. Now he runs the KTM race teams. And back in that day, back in 1972, I was 7 years old, and you could not buy a 125 motocross bike off the floor. The first year they made them was 73. And so what guys would do is they'd take the Suzuki TS or the Yamaha DT and they'd strip it down. This originally started life as a TS125 street motorcycle or enduro motorcycle, which had a headlight, a tail light, turn signals, a horn. Sometimes they would come with metal fenders. So this one is a period correct example of what the guys would be racing back then. Strip all the lights off, strip all the extra electronics off of it, put some lightweight plastic Preston Petty fenders or something like that. There's no switch housings on here for turn signals or horns or lights or any of that crap or odometers. Is stripped down for off-road business. So the next year in 73, Suzuki came out with a TM125 where you could buy off the showroom floor. I had a 74 TM100, so I know a little bit about these bikes. The TM100 was basically the same thing with a smaller cylinder on it. And yeah, this one here has been gone through. New Dunlop tires on the front, new crossbar pad, new levers, new perches for the levers, new Scott grips. The seat, when we got it, it needed a seat and we couldn't get the actual TS125 seat. So we bought this one off of eBay, off of TS125 and made it fit. It's not the original saddle, but it's pretty close. You can see this isn't the original rear fender. This is a plastic Preston Petty style rear fender that was added on to the original metal sub fender that it had. New gold chain. The shocks were upgraded. It's got a new rear tire on it. It was tuned. The tank, the inside of the tank is in really good condition. This is an original paint fuel tank off a I think a 75 TM100. You can take a look inside there. You can see the tank's been completely serviced and resealed and creamed. And the outside of it, that's original paint, so we just buffed that. The engine's been repainted. It's been completely tuned. The carb was rebuilt. It's got a new K&N style filter on it, new fuel petcock, new fuel lines. Everything has been given a major tune-up, and the engine was repainted, the frame was repainted, the swing arm was repainted, the chain guide was repainted. Quite a bit of work was done to it for a labor of love, because when we first got it in, we weren't sure what direction we were going with it, and I decided rather than make it a street legal bike, we would strip it down and make it an off-road style bike and put these hairy knobbies on there. And this is back in the day. This is what they look like. If you look at the bottom of the pipe here, typically they're all bashed in. This one here, it has no dents at all on the front. It has one ding back here, but usually they're all caved in from moto. But this was a street legal bike before we got it. So yeah, so pretty cool. Period correct conversion to a motocross bike. Some of you young bucks might not realize that back in 72, you couldn't buy a Suzuki 125 or even a Honda. The Honda didn't come out with their motocross bike until 1974. They were a year behind. They had the 250 come out in 1973, the CR250, and then they came out with the CR125 in 1974, which was the best motocross bike you could buy in the 125 class for 74. Of course, Suzuki came swinging back with the RM 125, and they dominated for a while. But it's been a racing competition makes everything better for us guys that are buying the production bikes. So everything works on it: the brakes, clutch, transmission, starts and runs good, and it's just a really cool bike for ride around on the trails or put it on display, because it really, at this point, it's an antique. It's 50 something years old, so. Almost 53 years old, I guess. December of 71 production date. Still has the production tag on the front stem here. If you come around the front here, you can see it has the VIN tag, and it says manufactured in 12 71 right here. It says the 12 for the date. Can't see the 71 unless I spin it the other way, I think. We also put the number plates on here. The front, now it's a brand new front number plate with new graphics on it. The number ones, of course. The side number plates are off of a later TM or RM. We had those in stock, so we fitted those on here, so now it has side number plates too, because of course as a street bike it didn't come with number plates, but cool piece of moto history. Brings back memories for me. So if you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We're gonna sell it on eBay, or you can call Junior before then if you're interested in it. Thanks for watching. God bless America.